What are my 5 go-to plugins? Well, I'm gonna tell you what they are in this video and then also rank them from number 5 to number 1. All right, and before we get to the list, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps everything grow so much. And if you're wanting to continue to support the channel, please check out the description below. There are links to my music, my website, my Instagram, things like that. So please check that out as well. Also, before we get into the list, I want you to go to the comments below and tell me what your top 5 plugins are that you use in a ton of sessions. I want to hear what they are and see how many we agree on, or maybe there's none, maybe there's some, maybe you think mine are trash, maybe you think they're fantastic. But either way, comment below and tell me the 5 that you love to use. All right, so for my most used plugins, at the number 5 spot is the Waves API 2500 compressor. I purchased this compressor about 6 months ago, and at the same time, I also purchased the CLA compressor. And I just tend to gravitate towards the API more. I'm not sure if it's the interface, the sound, but I just tend to kind of get drawn into it more, so I use it on a lot of my tracks. I use it on almost every instrument, and I really like it on drums specifically. And one thing I really like about the compressor is it has the option for a 1.5 ratio, and you can pick it up for only $60. So again, the number 5 spot is the Waves API 2500 compressor. Okay, the number 4 spot for the most used plugins on my sessions, it's kind of cheating a little bit, but it's actually my stock Cubase Pro channel EQ. I can carve and cut so well with it, and it comes across very clean. On my most recent project, it was the first time I actually used it a lot, and I use it on pretty much every single track, and I was really impressed with it. And it kind of made me think, why have I not been using this all along? And I know there are other great EQs that they're like Fab Filter and things like that, but for a stock plugin, it does the trick really well. So again, the number 4 spot is my Cubase Pro EQ. All right, these last 3, I had a hard time kind of deciding what order I want to put them in. So, and the number 3 spot is my Spitfire Audio Chamber Strings plugin. If you're familiar with Spitfire Audio, they make amazing samples. And if you've seen my video on Spitfire Labs, it's a bunch of really good samples that you can download for free. But if you step away from the free stuff, things can kind of get expensive quickly, but I think they're totally worth it. The nuances in the strings and everything in the chamber strings is just absolutely, it's breathtaking. Granted, with that quality comes a price, and that price is $700. But for me, I would say it's 1000% worth it. It sounds so stinking good. So if you are not familiar with Spitfire Audio, go check it out. So the number 3 spot goes to Spitfire Audio Chamber Strings Library. All right, to the number 2 spot is the Valhalla Room Reverb. I set up a couple of these in my project, and I'll send instruments to them. Sometimes I'll have a big room reverb and then a smaller room reverb. There's lots of options with the Valhalla Room Reverb. You can get pretty much any sound you want. Easy to use, good looking interface, lots of great presets, and you can pick it up for only $50. So the Valhalla Room Reverb is a plugin you can find on pretty much every single session I do. All right, in the number 1 spot, and this was a hard one to put there because the number 2 and number 3 spot, it was a toss-up, but I think because it's kind of the last thing everything touches, it has to be my number 1 spot, and that is Ozone 9 Advanced. It has so many great options in it. You can run it as kind of one long chain if you're doing mastering, or you can load up the elements from within Ozone 9 separately on different tracks, like an EQ, multi-band compression, limiter, maximizer, all kinds of great things like that. You can just do a ton with Ozone 9. It runs $500, but I think that's totally worth it now, having it for about a year. It has come in handy time and time and time again. So there we go. Those are my 5 top plugins that I use on pretty much every session. The Waves API 2500 compressor, the stock Cubase Pro EQ, the Spitfire Chamber Strings Library, the Valhalla Room Reverb, and Ozone 9 Advanced. Again, tell me what your 5 go-to plugins are in the comments below. While you're down there, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it greatly. Until next time, see you later.